In this video, we are going to be walking through a coding solution to the Find Songs from Search Term REST API technical interview question. So let's jump in. So in this question, we are given access to a fake REST API endpoint, API songs, and this endpoint expects a required string query parameter search, and this responds with a JSON array of song objects that match that term. So our job is to implement a function that takes the search term and then issues an asynchronous GET request to the API songs endpoint with the search term added. If the server reply status is not 200, we can return immediately with an empty array. Otherwise, we want to parse the payload, extract the song's name, and sort the song names alphabetically and return the resulting array. So you can see this example here. We have our search term rock, and we've got our rock data. And so both of these names include rock. And so what we need to do is return them in order. And well, Crazy Rock is alphabetically before Rock Anthem, so we will return that array like so. And then in the second example here, we've got a search term of pop, but we have no mock data, as the API responds with 404, so we simply return an empty list. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's jump into the coding solution and write it up. As we're making a network request, I think the best way is to add some error handling. So we'll wrap everything in a try catch. And as the question says, for any errors, we can simply just return an empty array. Then the next thing we want to do is send our GET request to that song's endpoint. So I can say const response equals await, and then I want to use the fetch API here. And then I'm going to add in the base URL, which is example.com/API/songs. And then the last thing I need to do is add in that search term. So what I can do is I can add it in, and then I will also include this encoded URI component. So what this will do is it will safely escape spaces, symbols, and non-ASCII characters, so the URL is valid. And then what I want to do is make sure that the status code is 200. So I can say if response.status does not equal 200, well then, as the question said, we can simply return an empty array like so. Otherwise, we want to get access to the data. So I can say const data equals await response.json. So again, what we're doing here is we're parsing the JSON object into an ordinary JavaScript object. And if the body isn't valid JSON, an exception will be thrown and caught below. And then finally, what I want to do is I want to map over all the songs. So I can say return data.map. And so then for each song, I want to get the song name. And then again, I need to sort them alphabetically. So I can say .sort AB, and then I want to use a.locale compare with B. So we're returning them in alphabetically sorted order. So let's run the tests and see if they pass. Perfect, the test pass. Let's run the test suite to ensure all the tests pass. Perfect, all the tests pass. So again, very simple question, very straightforward, but you'd be surprised at how many people slip up when they've got the time pressure of an interview. So if you want to try it out for yourself, the link to the question is in the description, and hopefully you got some value out of it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. It helps the channel out a lot, and I will see you in the next one.